I'm a resident here in Milburn, Short Hills, and I'm thrilled to be here with you guys today. We're a small studio located in downtown Milburn, right in the heart of Milburn Avenue and Lackawanna Place. And we basically do hair. We don't have any nail or spa services, but we do take care of most your hair care needs. And I have a great staff here that helps me keep the place running smoothly, and they're wonderful hairstylists as well. So it's a nice place to be. I enjoy being here, and I know we have a very nice clientele. So I'm so thankful and grateful that I'm able to be close to home and doing what I love to do.
Great, excellent. So you want to start with your what you want to do? You want to start with the conditioner, or what? You can start how you want to do it.
Well, I want to thank everyone for being here today. I know we've all been home, and I guess have a lot of time on our hands to explore new options for beauty treatments, and maybe have some things available to us to make ourselves feel better and make some good use of our time at home. So I scoured my fridge and pantry, and I came up with a few do-it-yourself, hi Karen, do-it-yourself deep conditioners at home that could be fairly attainable and easy to do, and it's great for different types of hair. So if you have thick hair, fine hair, frizzy hair, one of these two or both would be just perfect for your hair type. So let's start with these ingredients basically I had at home. So that's the beauty of these treatments. And for full disclosure, I did vet both of these conditioners on my daughter, and they both worked very well. And I've done the coconut oil treatment on my hair multiple times through the years, and it works great for my hair. My hair is a little bit thicker. It's got a natural wave to it. So the first pantry ingredient that I came across, and full disclosure, I did scour the internet a bit, and I pulled off two treatments from wellandgood.com. I find that their information is pretty reliable, and like I said, I vetted both of these treatments, so I did a little homework before I shared this information. So coconut oil, I don't know, I think pretty much everyone has it in their pantry, and whether you use it or not, I mean, mine has been in there for about a year and is pretty much full because I don't really use it all that much for cooking. But I do find that I go for it more for beauty treatments. This is organic, and you basically want pretty much your ingredients just to read coconut oil. Don't really want any other additives in there. And this is what it looks like straight out of the jar. So what I recommend for a deep hair conditioning treatment is 1 tablespoon for fine hair. People with fine hair don't really need as much product, first of all, and the hair strand itself is probably not strong enough to take on all that oil that coconut oil will deliver. So 1 tablespoon, a little goes a long way.
Oh, we got the chewy orders with the new bone. He's running away from me. There's another one, but oh, so you're just stepping on this one.
So
how are you?
So on thicker hair, you can go 2 to 3 tablespoons. And for somebody that's got naturally wavy hair, thick hair, coarse hair, more would definitely be better. But remember, this goes a long way. So I recommend starting on dry hair. You can section it if it makes it easier for you, but start on dry hair. And if you warm it gently in the microwave, it liquefies, but less than 30 seconds. That's all you need. And I recommend making sure it's cool enough to touch before you apply it to your hair. I took one of these sink sponges, I cut it in half. This is a great way to apply it onto your hair or somebody else's hair. So I have a little friend here that came along to help me. So what you can do
Mira,
is
Kimaya, come here.
take your
Mira,
sponge.
Kimaya. Come here, Kimaya. Come here. It's fun, this thing. Come here.
Dunk it right into your coconut oil. Let me see, let me get her. I'm saving her bangs for later. And you just want to apply the coconut oil and sponge to the hair, starting at the ends and then working up toward the scalp. You can use your hands. If you leave it in a solid form, you can use your hands and also apply it that way. It tends to get a little bit gloppy and needs to be worked more, but it does, with just the warmth of your hands, melt enough for you to work it through. It's great for dry scalp relief, so work it up to your scalp and into your scalp. Use a wide tooth comb to comb it through when you're done. And put a plastic bag. I have a plastic bag somewhere. Here you go. Just take a plastic bag. You know, you can even use a green grocery bag from the produce. Put it over your hair. Clip up your hair. Put the plastic bag on. Clip the plastic bag. Process for 20 minutes up to an hour. Some people say leave it on overnight. I can't imagine ruining my pillowcases with coconut oil, so I don't recommend that. But 20 minutes should do, an hour max, and I think you'll find that it does the trick. When you get in the shower or when you're shampooing it out, make sure you rinse very well. Go ahead and shampoo like you would normally. You repeat twice your shampoo and then finish it with your favorite conditioner. And I think you'll find you'll be pleasantly surprised with the results. Our second DIY deep conditioner is also from the pantry and something from the fridge. So here we are. This is a yogurt mask. And what you need for this is yogurt. Plain, if you have it, it's the best option. You're going to use about a cup of yogurt, and you're going to add half an avocado. Make sure it's ripe so it mushes really well into your bowl. I substituted mine when I did it with avocado oil. I used about a teaspoon, and that worked really well. Yogurt is packed with protein and fat, and it will absorb into the hair, bringing it moisture. The oil helps deliver it a little bit more easily. The honey, just your regular pantry honey, will lock in the moisture, and lemon juice, you can use either bottled or fresh, whatever you have on hand, that will tame any frizz. So your measurements are going to be 1 cup of plain yogurt, half or 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. I did say teaspoon before, but I meant tablespoon. 3 teaspoons of honey, and 1 squeeze of lemon or 1 teaspoon of lemon juice from the bottle. Just mix that up really well in your bowl. And if you have a tint brush at home or a paintbrush or something along these lines, you can apply it to the hair with this. If not, this is a lot thicker and easier to manage. You can use it with your hands. And the same thing applies. You just go in. I would start on the shaft of the hair and then working down to the ends toward the roots. When you got the product on, massage it into the roots. It's great for the scalp. It does deliver a lot of moisture to the scalp as well. And it helps, the lactic acid in the yogurt will help and function as a light exfoliating action. So also, when you're done with that, you want to take your plastic bag, pin up your hair, put the plastic bag on. If you don't have it, don't worry. Process for 20 minutes. same thing. When you rinse, make sure you rinse it very well. A few extra minutes of rinsing will be helpful. And then go ahead and shampoo and follow up with your favorite conditioner. So I recommend shampooing twice with both of these treatments. So, you know, pretty straightforward, great natural products that we can use. I'm sure everyone has something on hand that they can use. And, you know, it's definitely a time filler now, but I think it's kind of nice to have these DIY recipes in your little beauty folder for other times as well. Does anybody have any questions about these two conditioners, or how to mix them or utilize them? Nope. Okay, so going back to the coconut oil, I just want to, coconut oil is a real bang for your buck. This is like a multi-function product. You can use it for your hair like we just talked about, or you can actually use it on your skin. I know Simon asked, I'm not a manicurist, but I've gotten lots of manicures in my lifetime. Shout out to my wonderful manicurist, Edna Diaz, over at Salon La Mode. But you can do this at home. I want to premise this by, if you're going to do this as a mani-pedi, just be really careful because this does get slippery. So if you get up and walk after your pedi service, please be careful. Make sure you don't have any more coconut oil or your feet are covered before you walk on your tile or your floor. But same thing, we can use this coconut oil that's been liquefied and just basically combine it with some sugar. I have just regular table sugar in here. You can add your coconut oil and it makes a great scrub. So you can use this on your hands, on your feet, on your body. And it just makes like a scrub consistency. And the nice thing about sugar or salt, you can use salt as well, is that it does melt as you're using it. So it won't scratch your skin or leave any sort of residue behind once you're done rinsing. So if you want to do a manicure or a pedicure, the easiest DIY way to do it at home is probably after your shower. While you're in the shower, take a washcloth and gently push back the cuticles on your nails and on your toenails. You don't need any professional implements. It's probably, I wouldn't recommend doing this at home with any like real manicuring stuff. But just pushing back gently with the washcloth will get those cuticles just moved away from the nail bed gently. And then you can go ahead and use your coconut oil and or the sugar scrub if you like. Afterwards, I would wash your hands with a little soap, actually just kind of getting the oil off the nail beds. And you can finish your manicure with a buffer, which is really nice. It gives just a nice natural sheen to the nails. What you want to do is there's two different colors on these buffers. One is a darker sort of light blue and one is just a white. So the darker color has a little bit more abrasion. So you basically just want to go in one direction with the darker one, and it starts to create the buff. And then to finish it and give it a high gloss shine, you move to the white side and you just go back and forth gently, and that'll create a nice natural buff. If you like to have polish on your nails, I would opt for just a clear polish, just to make them look a little bit more finished. That is basically if you're ready to go for your nails. If you need a little bit more attention and you have a nail clipper at home, I would just gently clip your nails straight across as you can, and then using a nail file going in one direction. You don't want to saw across the nail because that creates a lot of fraying. Just gently go in one direction across the top of the nail, not going into the sides of the nail because that will weaken your nail, but just a gentle going across with the lighter side of your nail file should do the trick. So I hope my manicuring lesson was informative. Those are basically the basics from beauty school that I remember. And now moving on to a subject that's been on a lot of people's minds. I know a lot of people at home, myself included, are worrying about our gray hair during this time. I a little torn about doing color at home. I don't recommend doing, if you spend time in the salon having your hair done in a professional setting, I would hate to see somebody go out and find a box color and possibly miss the mark and then end up with a greater situation on their hands, not just grays that are growing in. We do have some nice products, temporary products that we use here at the salon, and I use myself at home. Some of these great products that we have are, if you're not familiar with Davines is a really wonderful hair product line that we use here in Plume Studio. We are an exclusive Davines salon. So Davines has these great color refreshing shampoos and conditioners. They come in 6 shades. So if you are a blonde and you want to refresh your highlights so they don't look so washed out, it leaves a really pretty golden cast on the hair. We have one that's for a silver color to sort of cool those blonde highlights if you tend to like your highlights a little bit cooler. There's a brunette, there's a copper, there's a bright red, and there's a reddish brown. So there is something for everyone. And these are temporary. You can use them in the shower at home. They don't stain your shower stall or clothing afterwards. They're pretty benign as far as color products go, temporary. And when you need to refresh your color, you just pull it out and utilize it and you're good to go. We have these spray in color. This one's by Stylist. I have this stuff in stock at the salon. It comes in a variety of shades. This one's a light brown. There's other companies that put these out. Bumble and Bumble has one. Orbe has one, among other companies. L'Oreal has one that you can buy in like the CVS if there's any left on the shelf. But this is pretty easy to use. It has a directional nozzle, and basically what you're going to do is just reach for, aim for your roots where you can see the gray hair. I don't know if you guys can, I'm not sure that you'll be able to see it here, but what you're going to do is just aim toward those roots, and it's pretty spot on with the direction. It does take a little practice, but you can camouflage with a color spray like this. If you're trying to get close to the hairline, what I recommend is putting up some kind of barrier and then just going in and spraying along the hairline, something kind of like this. Like I said, it just takes practice. I've pretty much mastered it in my secondary bathroom because it can leave, the darker the spray, it can leave a little evidence behind. So you just want to make sure that you're doing it somewhere where it's a little bit more protected. And there's also color selections for blondes. And then there are these other forms that come in more of a powder form. This is sort of the same thing. This is a little bit, Joan Rivers QVC type looking products. A lot of older women might use, but it's easy to use. It comes in a powder. It's in a, I get this one open, but there we go. And it's a matte product with a little applicator sponge, so it's a little bit more easily applied right where you want it. It comes with a cute little mirror. And this one only comes in blonde shades from this company. But we do have them here. If you think you might need any, just you can get in touch with me and we can get you the products. If not, I know like a lot of the online retailers are sold out of stock of the bigger name companies like Bumble and Bumble and Orbe. But outside of that, I wouldn't really recommend doing a box color or anything like that. I would definitely opt for these temporary, easy access, very low risk products at this time. So, so we're moving along, and
Maria,
that
do you have
leaves,
all those products that you just mentioned, all those temporary
Yep.
products, are those in your store or can they order online? And can
Yeah.
you talk a little bit more?
So actually, we have the Alchemic shampoo and conditioners here in the salon, among other Davines products. The Style Edit, I do have most colors available. I have 1 or 2 cans. And then I also have, there's a link on my Facebook and Instagram where that goes right to our distributor, which is closed for us to purchase products from at this time, but they have a shopper link available, and they do have a brush where the color powder is encased in an applicator brush. It's by a company called Euphora, and they have that available on the website. These are all products that I would be able to bring into the salon and I would recommend to my clients. So I do have these in stock here, and then the Euphora pen, powder pen, is via a link on my website, on my Facebook page.
And then what, can you give us a price range that on the products on them? Yeah.
So the shampoos from Alchemic, the color shampoos are $27 and the conditioners are $31. And the Style Edit sprays are about $22. And I'm sorry, I don't know how much the powder is, but it runs about the same price. It's in the low 20 range. I know if you're looking toward, I think like Bumble and Bumble is upwards of, it might even be $28, and the Orbe is, I think, over $30. It's somewhere around $32. So there's a lot of choices out there. Like I said, these are here. If you live in Milburn, Short Hills, South Orange, Maplewood, I'm happy to deliver to your door, so you'll get free delivery if you contact Plume Studio.
That was going to be my question, if you
Hi.
were able to do.
Hi, Lydia. How are you?
Good. I was actually going to text you after this because you know my colors, so I was going to ask you to recommend the best one for me. So
yes,
I'm going to ask you about delivery, so that's great. Okay.
Yep. We're here and we're able to deliver for our local customers.
Awesome.
So does anybody else have questions about gray hair? Has anybody tried to color their hair? I don't know if anybody will tell me, but does anyone know? I think it's probably, I hope that this quarantine will be over soon. I'm not sure that, you know, we couldn't just sort of wear a pretty scarf if we have to do a Zoom call or something. I just don't know that the risk is worth the failed results. And then trying to get that fixed is probably going to be even more tedious with the limited amount of time that we have going forward in salons. Simon, is it right if I talk about what's going to be coming in the near future for salons?
Absolutely. You can talk about your salon, how you get foresee when you reopen, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I can only speak for Plume Studio, but from what I've been hearing on all these different outlets of, you know, professionals in the industry, we here at Plume Studio, as soon as the governor gives us the go-ahead, we'll be open for business. It will probably look a lot different than it did pre-coronavirus. We'll be wearing PPE. We'll be asking our clients to be wearing masks. We have separated out a lot of the few stations that we have. We are creating more distance between them. And that being said, we're going to be not overlapping clients as we would do normally. So to limit the amount of people in the space, and I would assume that that's probably the trajectory for most of the businesses in our area. We are lucky that we're a small staff, we're a small space, so I feel like it's very manageable. And we also have a nice backyard area patio that we're sprucing up for the nice weather and for our clients to enjoy the fresh air while they're getting their services. So that'll be a nice plus.
Excellent. So you want to go on to about showing us how to cut your own hair and
Yes.
your kids' bands right here?
Nope.
So So I know that a lot of people out there might be getting the urge to trim their bangs or their kids' bangs at this time. This is not something I would normally advocate, but these are extraordinary times. So I thought I would put some helpful hints into our clients' hands, and I'll give you a little overview of what to do. So what you'll need is a comb. So a barber comb or a straight comb like this would be fine. If you have a tail comb, as long as you have a comb that has tighter teeth, it's best. And you'll need a shear, whether it's your kitchen shear or, if you do have a hair cutting shear at home, this is best. But I guess a kitchen shear will do, if not recommended, but if that's what you have, that's what we'll use. So basically what you want to do is take your comb, and my friend you want to basically take just your fringe area. And what we'll do is, so you're going to select this fringe area and basically shake it out to whatever is falling naturally forward, which basically is between your eyebrows. So if you already have a fringe area, it's coming out the way it would normally fall, and you want to cut the hair that falls forward between your eyebrows, the ends of your eyebrows. So you're going to go, get my clip here. You're going to use your eyebrows as a guide. So everything that's in between your eyebrows is going to be available in the fringe area. That being said, don't comb from way back here forward. You don't want to comb from this way back crown area. What you want to do is basically about 2 inches back from your front hairline. Comb that forward. Look for the natural fall of the hair between the eyebrows. And basically, it's going to look like a pie section. So a small pie section. Let's see if we can see that. So you could go as, I wouldn't recommend going way back. I would just go back, like I said, about 1.5 inches into a little pie section. You don't even have to go that far back. You can just do whatever you feel is necessary. So I'll just go, she's got a lot of hair here, so, okay. So what you'll do is take your comb. Now, if you're cutting your own bangs, you're going to take your comb and you're going to put it across your forehead horizontally. Those teeth of the comb should be sitting right against your skin. What you want to do is, first of all, you want to do this on dry hair. You do not want to do it on wet hair. Hair shrinks, it's very buoyant. So when wet hair stretches, so when you're pulling on a section and hair is wet, if you're not careful of your tension, Once that hair dries, it can be a lot shorter than you anticipated. So you want to do this bang trim on dry hair, number one. Secondly, what you want to do is not create any sort of lift in your bang area. The more lift you have, so if you took this and sort of went out like this, that is going to create layers. So what you want to do is take this comb, put it into your bangs against your forehead. This way you know that you're not creating any unwanted layering in the hair, and that you can sort of safeguard yourself from cutting it too short. Okay, so now, once you get that in place, what you want to do is take your shears, and you're not going to cut this way. You're not going to cut horizontally. When you do that, it puts a very, very, very strong line into the hair that you've just cut, and it can create a lot of, there's really no margin for error when you do it like that. Once that cut is made horizontally, it's pretty much a done deal. Going back in is like, okay, you'll have to stay home for another 6 weeks till your bangs grow out. So what you want to do is set your comb in. Just at about, wherever, however long you want them. So the bridge of your nose, your eyebrows, I would definitely recommend starting lower. And then if you need to take more off, you can always take more off. So you want to keep that comb next to your skin. Taking your shear, this is at a 12 o'clock position. If you're right-handed, you're going to tilt your scissor to the 11 o'clock position. And you'll take tiny, tiny clips. If you're left-handed, you're going to take your shear from the 12 o'clock position and move it to the 1 o'clock position. And go ahead and take tiny, tiny clips. And what that does is, since you're not cutting it on a strong horizontal sectioning, and you're using the point of your scissor to cut, you're just creating a soft line. Just to create a little, taking some length off, but just creating a softness to the ends of those hairs. So you could see, she's got a little bit of a soft fringe there. And taking sections little by little might be helpful, so you can see how your line is being created. So, and also depending on how thick your hair is, you might want to start with smaller sections. If you've got thick hair, break it down into sections. If you have finer hair, you could probably take it in a larger section. So that being said, we can just continue. Right-handed 11 o'clock, left-handed 1 o'clock position. If you are cutting your children's hair, I know kids, they're usually good for me getting their hair cut, but my own children are not behaved with me getting their hair cut. So the kids tend to get really itchy with the clippings of the hair. What I recommend is you can use a tissue or a piece of paper and have, them just sort of hold it up to their face and give a little barrier as you're cutting their bangs. That might be fun. Maybe you can have them draw on it beforehand, make it like a mask or something fun like that. But that would work just to kind of get them to not feel the little itchies from the hair on their face. Yeah, so if you have a very angled bang, what you're going to do is take your comb, same premise against your skin, but you're going to angle it in the way your hair goes. So let's say you wear your bangs over this way and you want to cut it with that angle in. Put your comb in the same way we discussed, but then just give it a turn following the angle that you want it to be. And that creates a little bit of an angle. Voila. So just remember, the most important thing about cutting fringe bangs is keep it between the eyebrows, the ends of the eyebrows. Once you go past the end of the eyebrow, you're into the side of the hair. You do not want to be there. We don't have a lot of hair on the sides of our heads, so we don't want to take anything that we're not supposed to. Same thing here. You don't want to go too far back. I'd say, you know, an inch, inch and a half, 2 max, depending on, you know, depending on how incorporated your fringe is to your haircut to begin with. Because the more you comb forward, you're also taking from the sides of our hair where our layers would normally be. Does anybody have any questions about this?
Maria, what about cutting dead ends? Like, what do you do?
Well,
is that
so
how?
Ponytail it. Just ponytail it until you can get back into the salon. You know, like I said, I wouldn't normally advocate cutting, you know, I don't even cut my own hair. So, you know, Paula was trying to convince me to be the model for the haircut, since I was going to be probably locked up in the house for a couple more weeks. I would have time to cut, you know, have them grow out, but I'll wait till my hairstylist comes back to work too. So, but if you have to, like if it's so annoying and you can't bear to see yourself with hair in your face or your kids, you know, you can utilize this technique of cutting bangs. It's pretty straightforward, and you know, as long as that comb is against the skin, the other thing you can do is sort of do this, but that comb should be against your skin at all times. Once it goes away, you start getting into murky waters.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Maria. Maria,
You're welcome.
can you tell them a little bit about, you know, some people weren't there in the beginning. Can you tell them a little bit about who you are and where your studio is and how they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I'm Maria Mount. I'm the owner of Plume Studio. We've been here since 2013 already, and we're located at downtown Milburn on Lackawanna Place, at the corner of Lackawanna and Milburn Avenue. We're a small hair salon. We cover pretty much all hair services. We don't do nails or spa treatments, but we do great hair services here. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. Hopefully we'll be up and running soon. We're a small staff here, so it's me, Maria. I have a lovely hairstylist, Paula, and a lovely hairstylist, Marta, that works with me. So I hope that if you need anything, give us a holler. If you have any questions pertaining to what we are talking about today, or if you have any hair care concerns or questions and you just want to get some feedback on it, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Maria, when,
Yeah.
hi. Just a quick question about when your store is back, when the studio is back up. Are you honoring the canceled appointments first, or are you just?
Yeah. So we did not take anybody out of the schedule as it was set. So our strategy, our reopening strategy, is to go back to those clients and start from where we left off. Okay. So we will then go and contact those people first. At this point, I think pretty much everyone needs a visit, but we will go back to those people first. But then from there, it's going to basically be, you know, when you can come. So we're looking at possibly being open a few extra days during the week, or a few hours more on the weekends to accommodate the clients and get everybody in the first couple of weeks that we're back. But yes, we'll be going back to those people that missed their appointments first, back in the mid-March, and then work our way out. So yeah, and then we'll be reaching out to people, like, say, because people are still working from home. So if people aren't able to come, then it'll move on to the next person. So yeah, we're going to hopefully be able to go back to those original clients on the top of the list first, starting there.
So just to let everyone know that today, whoever sign on register, we actually are doing a drawing of some products that's actually in Maria's studio. So we'll actually put everyone's names in the hat, and then we'll draw it, and then we'll let you know, notify you, and you're the winner. And Maria can deliver that on your doorstep, or I can drop it off wherever. So thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Simon from the Simon Westfall-Kwong Real Estate Group. And if you have any topics that you want us to cover, please let us know. I would be happy to do them. You can reach me at simon@swkrealestate.com, or you can call me at 973-489-8885. Again, thank you so much, Maria Mount. You're the best. Thank you for teaching. Also, you have all this instruction on the making up the stuff. You want to share that with us, and then we can share it to everybody.
Perfect. Yes. And I want to say thank you very much to Simon for having this this hour to present all this information. And thank you for everyone for joining us today. And just want to say, hopefully we'll see everyone soon. Stay well, be well. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. So long. Thanks.